श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम्। क्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधे सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नमो धर्माय महदे नमः कृष्णाय वेदसे ब्राह्मणेभ्यो नमस्कृत्य धर्मान् वक्ष्यामि शाश्वताम्। नमो भगवते तस्मै व्यासाय तद्देशसे यस्य प्रसादात् वक्ष्यामि नारायणकथामिमाम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। So we previously were looking at Yudhishthira urging Satyaki to go and help Arjuna. Arjuna was going after towards Jayadratha because of he made a vow to kill him, and then as he went, Yudhishthira was hearing only Panchajanya blown by Krishna, and he did not hear much of Gandiva, so he was very concerned about Arjuna. So he asked Satyaki to go towards Arjuna, and Satyaki says that as long as there is Krishna and Arjuna, who is blessed with all the celestial weapons, and he himself is born of Indra, there is nothing to worry. But Yudhishthira did not listen to him, and he asked Satyaki to go, and then Satyaki, considering Yudhishthira's words superior than his own Guru Arjuna's words, so he decides to go. So he prepares himself, and he then worships the feet of Yudhishthira and prepares himself, and he goes, makes his way. As he was preparing and jumping on his chariot, at that time Bhima also fully prepared. He comes there, and seeing Bhima coming along with him and heading towards Drona and the Kaurava troops, Satyaki addresses him and says that, Bhima, you don't need to come. You stay here and protect king, protect Yudhishthira, because Drona is trying to capture him. So if I go, and because Arjuna has gave me that responsibility, but I'm leaving now, so you stay here and you protect it. And hearing this, Bhima agrees with him, and then he wishes Satyaki all the success and says that I will protect the king. So having read this, again Satyaki addresses Bhima, and he says that go back to Yudhishthira, and my success is definitely going to come today. And after killing Arjuna kills Sindhu king, we both will come back and we'll touch Yudhishthira's feet after that. That virtuous Yudhishthira's feet we will touch. Having said that, Satyaki then looks towards heading into that Kuru army and going in the path where Arjuna has went. So he prepares himself. So he looks at that Pandava Kaurava army and Drona leading that one. Then, seeing him preparing like that, Drishtadyumna and King Vasudhana, they both address their troops, and they say that go and quickly attack that Kaurava warriors, Kaurava army that's staying in front, so that Satyaki can enter inside. So having said this, all the Panchala warriors, they all rush against that Kaurava troops, and Satyaki also with a loud uproar, he goes after that army. And as Satyaki starts releasing those arrows of his own, that army of Kauravas started running away, and Satyaki immediately in that battle he kills 7 heroic warriors on the Kaurava side, and then he dispatches many other heroes on that army to Yama's place. And Satyaki, as he goes towards penetrating that Kaurava army, sometimes he strikes one warrior with 100 arrows, and sometimes with one arrow he strikes 100 people. Like that, he used to kill large number of them, and he killed many elephant riders, chariot riders, and those with horses, and the drivers of the charioteers who were driving that, or the elephant riders, all of them he killed many of them, and none among those Kaurava troops ventured to go against Satyaki. All alone, he looked like he was multiplied many people in many fold. He was there are looks it felt like there were many Satyakis battling in that battlefield. So he was everywhere and he was rushing and he was using all his weapons, and the earth looked beautiful. Sanjay narrates that the earth looked exceedingly beautiful with crushed chariots, broken driver boxes of those chariots, broken wheels, fallen umbrellas, standards, and banners, headgears decked with gold and other things that those people were wearing, human arms with made with sandal paste, and their angadas, which they put in the armor here in the jewelry, human thighs, which looked like elephant trunks. That's on that battlefield. Their faces with all the earrings and everything, they all lying on that battlefield. Satyaki says that huge bodies of elephants and cut with some of them with trunk cut off, some with legs cut off, and things like that. They were dropped in that like a mountains, huge mountains, as Satyaki went ahead. Satyaki, like this, he was going after that. Then Drona comes and resists him, and encountering that Drona, Satyaki angrily goes after him, and Drona, checking all those arrows coming from Satyaki, he checks and strikes Satyaki back. Satyaki again strikes him with 5 sharp arrows, and Satyaki again uh, he strikes once again Drona with large number of arrows, with 7 arrows once again. So like this, but Drona did not waver, and he again afflicted Satyaki and his horses, his drivers, with 6 sharp arrows. Satyaki could not resist Drona in that battlefield, and he, uttering a great shout, he pierces Drona with 10 arrows, and then 6, and then with 8 again. And once more, Satyaki strikes at Drona with 10 arrows, and his charioteer with 1, and his 4 horses with 4 arrows. Satyaki once more strikes Drona's standard, and Drona covers Satyaki and his chariot, his horses, driver, standard, everything quickly with a large number of arrows, like a locust flight of locust attacking. So Satyaki similarly covers Drona with countless number of arrows with great speed. Then, seeing this battle continuing, nobody winning, Drona addresses Satyaki, saying that your guru Arjuna, like a coward, he gone away, leaving me alone in this battlefield, avoiding me, who was fighting with me, but taking my flank, my side, he just passed away without continuing battle with me. I'm very much liking what you are doing, continuing the fight, even though you could not defeat me, you did not take the route of your guru. So you are battling with me. So today you will not escape with life. If you continue battle like this, you will not escape with life. Drona says that at least, unlike your guru Arjuna, you are not a coward. Satyaki, hearing this, he thinks and he tells that at the command of Yudhishthira, I am here to follow the track of Arjuna. And, O Brahmana, I will, if I stay here, I will lose my time. And wise people always say that one should go in the path of their guru. So I will also follow my guru Arjuna's path. So you stay here, I will go my way to side of you. I will take similar to what Arjuna did. So saying this, Satyaki avoids Drona, and then he suddenly proceeds onwards. And addressing his chariot, he says that Drona, by every means, he will try to check my progress. But you proceed carefully in this battlefield and listen to the serious, grave words I'm going to tell you. Though there you see the host of great Avantis, the warriors of Avanti, they are staying there. Next to them, there is a mighty host of southerners. And then there is a great host of Balikas on this side next to them. And then next to the Balika side, by the side of Balikas, there is great warriors from mighty host who are commanded by Karna himself. And they were all again relying upon one another, all these Avantis, Balikas, Southerners, and the troops supporting Karna, all of them. They all individually, they are not very strong, but all of them united together, they are supporting, relying on one another. They protect one another in this battlefield, and that's how they are indefeatable, so inconquerable. Arriving, there is a space between them. So take me there and adopt in a tolerable speed, go into a steady speed there. And where you see Balika's troops are sitting with their weapons it's raised and ready to attack, and those southerners are there, and all headed by Karna himself, they are there. They take me there into that place. Having said that, he asks his driver to avoiding that avoiding Drona. He tells his charioteer again, pass through the open space between those two divisions of the host of Karna and these Balikas. When he was giving all these instructions to his charioteer, Drona, again, just like he did with Arjuna, he pursues Satyaki from behind and shooting countless of arrows. But he again followed Satyaki without any. So he started following Satyaki from behind and chasing him, but Satyaki did not have any desire to turn back and have a battle with them. So Satyaki then continues, advances further. He goes after the great host, the enemy army of Karna's army that was stationed there, and Satyaki penetrates back into that vast army of those Kauravas. Then he again entered that army, and troops that opposed him, they started running away. At that time, Kritavarman comes forward and he starts resisting Satyaki. And Satyaki striking that advancing Kritavarman with 6 arrows and quickly strikes his 4 horses with 4 arrows. And then once again he strikes Kritavarman in the center of the chest with 4 arrows. And once again he strikes Kritavarman in the center of the chest with 16 arrows with great speed. Then Kritavarman, unable to resist all this, and he aiming a calf-toothed sharp arrow, very much looking like a very poisonous snake. He strikes that and he pierces Satyaki in the chest. That arrow piercing through his body, taking his blood, came out on the other side and entered into the earth. So such was the Kritavarma's strength. The arrows went on the other side of Satyaki. Then Kritavarman again, he cuts off Satyaki's bow and he strikes Satyaki in the center of the chest once more with sharp arrows. Then with his bow broken, Satyaki hurls a dart at Kritavarman, and taking a tougher bow, Satyaki quickly shoots large number of hundreds of thousands of arrows at Kritavarman and his chariot. In that, he sends the arrow downpour. So having like this attacked Kritavarman, Satyaki cuts off with a broad-headed arrow, cuts off Kritavarman's charioteer's head. So with that charioteer died, he falls down from that chariot, and Kritavarman, he was deprived of that driver. The horses started running away. Then with great agitation, he himself gets hold of those horses, but by that time, Satyaki has decided to move on. So while his horses take away, Kritavarma then again controls those horses and he himself studies, and Satyaki, however, by that time has left him behind and has moved on to the next position. So he's moved on deeper inside into the Kuru host, and Kritavarman then rushes towards Bhima, who was leading rest of the troops on Pandava's side. So like this, Satyaki defeating that Bhoja's troop led by Kritavarman, he goes after the division of Kambojas, which was there. And that was resisted by many brave warriors, chariot riders. The Satyaki again, he could not make much progress while facing those Kambojas. Meanwhile, Drona, having placed his troops in proper positions, made again once again he comes after Satyaki, and he comes after. Then the battle again takes place between Satyaki and Drona. Panchalas, on the other hand, they were headed by Bhima. They approached Kritavarman, and all of them became started having a battle with Kritavarman. Kritavarman displaying a great strength, he resisted all those warriors that's coming from rest of the Pandavas, and the Panchala warriors was coming like that. Fearlessly, he weakened all those Pandavas and Panchala warriors in that and troops in that battle. Kritavarman single-handedly resisted everything. So Satyaki, Sanjaya, like this, he continues that narration. At that time, Dhritarashtra, listening to this, he starts once again explaining the situation that he is hearing from Sanjaya. He says that Dhritarashtra tells Sanjaya that our army is equally possessed of many excellences, just like Pandavas. It is equally regarded as superior, and it is equally arrayed. It is structured in a positions in a as per the rules of this battlefield science, the skills, and it is equally in large numbers. It is always our army is always well treated by us, and they are always devoted to us as well. It is very much vast in numerical strength, and they are very much they present a wonderful aspect as well. This army of ours, Kuru army, this is very much in prowess. It had been tested before, so we know that they are very strong. So it is not like just assemble some troops from wherever it is and we think they are very strong. We have a large number. It is not just the number. We have tested them. They are very strong. The soldiers are nor very old, nor they are very young. So they are neither very old or young, because if they are old, they probably weak. They are very young means they don't have much experience. These are very much, they are again neither very lean or very corpulent. They are very not very fat as well. So they are very much agile. They are of active habits. They always maintain their body very well. They are well developed, strong frames, and they are free from diseases. And they are not suffering from anything like that. They are all cased in armor, well equipped with arms, and they are devoted to all kinds of armed exercises. They are very much adept in mounting, descending from on back of the elephants and horses, and moving forward or stepping back, or uh, cutting off the arrows, and marching and retreating, and all type of skills that's required in a battlefield. They are all very much very skilled in all those things. And many times we have tested in management of elements, elephants and horses and chariots and things like that. We have tested all this battle preparation. We have done all these things. We have examined all those very much. We have entertained on pay. We have paid all these soldiers very well, and not for sex, lineage, or anything, not for favor or not for relationship. We have not hired them. We did not hire them because they are coming from a good family, or they just asked for a favor from me, or from a relationship or anything like that. We did not hire. We hired them after examining them, made sure that there is a good interview process. That's what Dhritarashtra is saying in our army. And after interview as well, we trained them. So this is like today's business, right? So the armies, even today we see this. So this was said in Mahabharata time by Dhritarashtra. Look how army people are selected, right? So same thing today also we go. We select those people. They have to be fit, healthy. They have to be well, good, paid well. They should not be coming because they are family relatives, or they need a favor, or they offered you a favor at some point or something like that. It is not because of that. They are examined and they're tested. They should display all the skills that's needed. So like this, Dhritarashtra says, and he says that they're not here. They're not here. They have all of them have come according to their own will. We did not force any of them, and they have been admitted into the army. They never with pay. There is nobody in the army who does not get pay, and my army consists of well-born, respectable men who are again contented, well-fed, and they are submissive. They are sufficiently rewarded, and they are famous and endued with great intelligence. They are again protected by many of the great counselors in my army. and they are of very righteous deeds. All these are best men who are there in this world. They are all here. There are again innumerable number of rulers on this earth who seeking to do good for us, and they are here with our army. And our army again is just like a vast ocean filled with all these people coming from all over the world. They are here, but still we are losing. Why? It's probably because of the destiny. Destiny that even such an army is being killed by Satyaki here in this battle, and Arjuna did it before. So Satyaki going unresisted effectively through this army, penetrating through that. Drona is there, Kritavarman is there, Jalasandha, Karna, and all these warriors are there. But Pandavas, those that Arjuna on a single chariot, he speedily went through that entire army. And now Satyaki is again following him, do not getting much of resistance from anybody. So see, even anybody survived from Arjuna's battle, Arjuna passing through, if anyone survived, they are being killed by this Satyaki going through this, our troop. Same path he is taking, whoever survived from Arjuna's arrows, they are now being killed by Satyaki. So seeing these two heroes going through that, I think Jayadratha is probably very much within the reach of Gandiva now, Arjuna, and seeing that, what measures did Kauravas take? So what did Drona do? What did Duryodhana do? Seeing that Arjuna nearing Jayadratha and Satyaki also coming closely following him now and making progress faster than Arjuna. Because as I said last time, it took Arjuna almost 3/4 of the day to reach uh, Jayadratha, right? Reach that much distance. But on the other hand, Satyaki started only in the afternoon, probably late afternoon, and he has to reach there before the evening. So he has less time and is going even faster than Arjuna went. Okay, so Satyaki's prowess we see here, strength we see, and his battle skills we see in this Parva of Jayadratha Vada. That's uh, nobody talks about Satyaki's strength normally when we talk about Kurukshetra war. But his strength is so much that it took even Arjuna so much time. Satyaki goes probably in even half the time of that same distance. And against the same warriors, Kritavarma, Drona, everybody that we will see that, right? So he goes through that same thing. So Dhritarashtra says that like this, they are going in that battle. What did these Kurus who have been kind of being sacrificed or ready to all of them being shipped to Yama's place, how did they respond to this? My combatants on their own, all those great warriors, they are all admitted after examination. They're all honored with pay and with agreeable speeches. We never insult them or anything like that. There is none among in my troops who are not honored with good offices, and they receive his assigned pay. Each of them receive their assigned pay, whatever that pay that is due to them, they get, and they get their rations as well. And according to their character of their services, they get it. Again, this is a military grading, he says. Okay, according to their level of services, they get the ration and pay. It is not that everybody gets the same pay, but he also says that there is none who is unskilled in the battle and none who receives no pay at all. So everybody receives a pay, even though he is in the lower rank, he still gets a pay. Okay, so like this, they are all adorned by me. I adore all of my soldiers, even from the lowest rank to highest. Everybody I adore. And according to my best powers, with gifts and honors and seats and things like that, I respect them. And the same conduct is followed towards them by my sons, my relatives, my friends, and everybody. It is done like that. Even then, Arjuna and Satyaki, they are able to defeat all of them. What more can it be than destiny? So, seeing Arjuna arriving in front of Jayadratha, what did my foolish son do? What did Satyaki while he entering, seeing him going like that? What step did Duryodhana take on that occasion? Tell me all those things. I think Krishna, when he came here and that Satyaki and that Arjuna, all of them are making my grief more and more here. And as Arjuna passes through that Kuru troops and Satyaki passes through that Kuru troops, my sons are must be thinking they are on the jaws of death and they must be about to die and they must be flying away. My sons must be filled with grief. I think their horses, elephants, chariots, the combatants by thousands, they are flying away from that field of anxiety. My sons are filled with grief. I think seeing many elephants run away from that battlefield with the arrows of Arjuna and others fallen and or falling, my sons must be filling with grief, I think. And Dhritarashtra says, I think seeing those horses deprived of their riders and the warriors deprived of their chariots by Satyaki and Arjuna, my sons are filled with grief. I think the large bodies of horses killed or routed by Satyaki and Arjuna, my sons are filled with grief. I think the large bodies of foot soldiers running away in all directions, my sons are despairing of success. They must be filled with grief. So he says like this, he thinks that because of Arjuna and Satyaki going through that, Duryodhana and everybody must be now filled with grief. So that passing through that Drona's division within a moment, seeing them pass through like that, that Drona resist, where Drona was supposed to be resisting even the three worlds, these two pass through him like that. How could that happen? What did Duryodhana do after that when Arjuna was going like that and Satyaki closely following like that? My foolish son did not listen to any of my advice. It is all because of him. Like this, Dhritarashtra blames him and he asks Sanjaya, tell me everything. What about Arjuna did and how Satyaki made his progress. Tell me everything about that. So Dhritarashtra asks more details. And Sanjaya, just like that, whenever Dhritarashtra opens his mouth, he rebukes him. He tells him, it is all because of your own fault. So the calamity that's there is the direct result of your own fault. You should not indulge in such lamentations like ordinary persons. Formerly, previously, your well-wishers, including Vidura and many others, told you abandon this Duryodhana and don't abandon Pandavas. Pandu's sons, do not abandon them. But you did not heed to any of those words. The man that does not heed to the counsels of well-wishing friends, he definitely is going to weep and fall into great distress, just like he was. Sanjaya tells him directly to his face, this is all your own fault. And he says that when Krishna came here, begged for peace, you did not listen. So, ascertaining again your worthlessness and jealousy towards Pandavas and understanding your crookedness, your crooked intention towards Pandavas, and hearing your lamentations, that Lord of Devata, that Bhagavan of all the worlds, that being that the one who is acquainted with the truth, everything in all the worlds, that Vasudeva, now he is burning your troops. He is burning this entire in this flame of this war. He is burning your troops because you did not listen to him. When he begged for peace, you did not listen. So this great wholesome destruction has come upon you, is brought by your own fault. So that's why don't find fault in Duryodhana now. So you keep saying that it is all destiny and it is Duryodhana's fault. Don't find fault in Duryodhana. It is all your fault. In the development of these incidents, no merit of yours is to be seen from the beginning, in the middle, or end. Sanjay says that at any point you did anything good to stop this war. Okay, for peace, you did not do anything, whether it is in the beginning or in the middle or in the end. Even now, you are not doing anything. You are still hoping that Duryodhana will defeat, and that's why you're asking. This defeat is entirely because of you. So, therefore, knowing you, if you know this truth and all about this world, keep quiet and listen to what I'm going to say. and that battle that took place. Listen to all that. Just listen. Don't speak anymore. So Sanjay just tells straight to Dhritarashtra once more that it is all your fault. What we can see here is, even though he is a charioteer, Sanjaya, and he is a Suta by class, Varna, and he is inferior. Dhritarashtra is the king. He talks to him like as if that kind of respect is there between them, right? So in today's world, go and say any of this to your boss, you will be fired from your job. Or if you say this to anybody elders like that, you will be thrown out, right? You will be killed. But in the olden days, you could say that person would be killed. But here, Sanjaya has that respect, and he is telling the truth, and Dhritarashtra has to listen. Even though Dhritarashtra, what we can see here is, even though Dhritarashtra is evil, he is greedy, he is all these things we describe about him, he still also understands where he is wrong, right? He understands that whatever Satyaki is saying is correct. He is not saying that you're wrong, Sanjaya. Sorry, whatever Sanjay is saying, he still understands, right? So whatever that Sanjay has said, he understands and accepts those things. He is not telling to Sanjay that you are wrong. This is all destiny. My son is the one who is causing it. He did not argue. He does not argue. Every time Sanjay says, it is all your fault, don't blame Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra simply accepts it. Right? He knows that it is all his fault. But he is very much attached to his son, and he's hoping that Pandavas will be killed and his son gets every wish of his son's wish. So that's his only hope. So, but he also knows that whenever people tell him you are wrong, he understands and kind of accepts within himself. So that's kind of, we see that situation, that dilemma in Dhritarashtra is in. On one hand, he knows that what he's doing is wrong. So he has to, even if it is Sanjay or anybody that tells him, forget about rishis or Vyasa or somebody coming, that those are elders and respectable, or even Bhishma telling him, Drona or anybody telling him, that's okay. They are elders and respectable. They tell him and he probably will listen. But Sanjay or somebody tells him, or even Vidura tells him, he could tell them to shut up, right? Or go away. He does not do that. He can simply accepts because he knows he is at fault. But he again tries to blame it on somebody so that it gives him some sort of comfort. If you blame it on it's all destiny, that's how it's happening. At least that is some sort of comfort, right? Even though when you know that you did everything wrong, but you blame it on the destiny, the outcome, then at least give someone, okay, I did, but it's all supposed to happen like this, right? That's the comfort he's trying to draw. But Sanjay is very straight to his face, and it is not destiny. It's even though it is destiny, it is started by you. So then Sanjay continues his narration, asking him to say that be quiet and hear. He continues to narrate. He narrates this battle that was taking place, Satyaki progressing towards Arjuna, following the track of Arjuna. And Satyaki, in that battlefield, he, as he was making Kaurava, advancing into the Kaurava troops, the rest of the Pandavas, headed by Bhima, they also rushed against Kauravas. Then Kritavarman alone resisted all those Pandavas, and he resisted entire Pandava army in that battlefield. All the Pandavas united, they could not succeed in breaking and defeating Kritavarman in that battlefield. Bhima strikes him with Kritavarman with 3 arrows. He blows his conch shell. Then Sahadeva strikes him with 20. Yudhishthira strikes him with 5. Nakula with 100. And Draupadi's son strikes with 37. And Gadodgaja strikes him with 7. Virata and Drupada and Drishtadyumna all strike with 5 arrows. Shikandini strikes with 5 arrows. Like this, all of them, and Shikandini once more strikes 25 arrows like this. So Kritavarman, resisting all this, in return, he sends 5 towards Bhima and 7 again towards Bhima, and then he cuts off bow and standard of Bhima from his chariot, and then he strikes Bhima whose bow has been cut off, strikes Bhima with 7 arrows onto Bhima's chest, and Bhima, deeply pierced by those arrows, he trembles like a mountain shaking during the earthquake. He wobbles, and then seeing Bhima in that condition, Yudhishthira immediately urges everybody to attack Kritavarman and rescue Bhima. Then all of them started attacking Kritavarman, and then again Bhima, they all go to protect Bhima at that time. And then Bhima, regaining his consciousness and becoming steady, once more he takes up a arrow that's made of steel with golden staff on it at the end, and he hurls that with great speed towards Kritavarman. And that arrow was coming very fast towards Kritavarman, but Kritavarman, with 2 arrows, he cuts it off into pieces, and then seeing that, Bhima becomes very angry. Once more, he taking up another bow with a tougher bow, hopefully hoping that Kritavarma will not be able to do, and he can strike even more at Kritavarman. He strikes Kritavarman in the center of chest with 5 arrows, and he strikes again Kritavarman with 20 arrows. And Kritavarman again was mangled in every limb, every part of the body. He was struck by Bhima. And Sanjay again says that this battle, this strike on Kritavarman is happening, Dhritarashtra, because of your evil policy. Because of your evil policy, this is happening. So, and Sanjay continues his narration. He says that Kritavarman again became very angry, just like injured by Bhima, like that. He strikes Bhima with 3 arrows and then strikes him, every one of those Pandava side warriors, with 3 arrows, and then he again strikes him once more with 7 arrows. So he again cuts off, when smilingly he cuts off a bow of Shikandini, and Shikandini, then his bow cut off, he takes up a sword, and sword he again hurls at Kritavarman, and that sword going and cutting off Kritavarman's bows, it falls on the ground. Then Kritavarman was struck again by Shikandini once more, and Kritavarman, taking one more bow, he strikes at Shikandini with 3 arrows, and then with 5, and then with 15 arrows, like this, and he checks Kritavarman, and he breaks Shikandini's bow, and like this, Shikandini was troubled, and they took again once more, both of them cut off their bows, and Kritavarman, angrily taking another bow, he releases 73 arrows at Shikandini, and with that, deeply pierced Shikandini sits down on his chariot, on the terrace of his chariot, and with his bow and arrows, and he was throwing them to the side, he sits down, and he became unconscious. Seeing him like that, Kauravas when the troops became very happy, and they waved their garments in the air happily. They started jumping and blowing their horn and everything, and then Shikandini's charioteer quickly takes him away from Kritavarman. Seeing him senseless like that, Panchala warriors become very much worried, and like this, Kritavarman held in check all the Pandavas and the Panchala warriors. Like this, he defeated in that battlefield the Chedis, Panchalas, Srinjayas, Kekayas, all of them warriors that's coming there. He defeated all of them and resisted all of them one after another. And he began to run the Pandava troops in the face of Kritavarman. They started running away in all directions. Pandavas defeated, even though they were headed by Bhima, they could not resist Kritavarman in that battlefield. So when he was battling like that, and Pandavas humiliated with shame, they could not resist that Kritavarman. Seeing them like that, Satyaki quickly turns back. He was going ahead, leaving Kritavarman behind, but seeing Pandavas in trouble, he quickly turns back. So he comes back, and then the battle again resumes between Satyaki and Kritavarman. Satyaki was going towards Arjuna, but seeing this battle here taking place on Bhima and everybody in trouble, he comes back once more. So he covers once more at Kritavarman a shower of arrows, and Kritavarma as well angrily he strikes at Satyaki, and Satyaki then quickly at Kritavarman with a broad-headed arrows. He strikes with 4 arrows towards him, and those 4 arrows kills the horses of Kritavarman and the other cuts off Kritavarman bow. And then Satyaki pierces his charioteer, and then the people that were protecting on side of Kritavarman, he kills them. And then he, like this, Satyaki with this uh, create troubles for Kritavarman, and Satyaki then seeing like this Satyaki battling, they quickly all those warriors on the Kauravas side, they come after Satyaki, but Kritavarman was taken away from that battlefield as Satyaki defeats him, and he defeats Kritavarman, and then addresses his charioteer saying that proceed, proceed, don't fear anything. Seeing that army like that was defeated, Kritavarman defeated, and the army that surrounded Kritavarman was killed or destroyed by Satyaki. Rukmaratha, he comes in front of Satyaki with his own elephant force, and so Satyaki then has battles with that Trigartha warriors, and he addresses his charioteer saying that go after that Rukmaratha, that elephant division belonging to that country of Trigarthas, and let's go and have that battle there. And when he says that, the charioteer of Satyaki, he takes him towards that, and then Satyaki advances in that battle, withdrawing his bowstring and then stretching and then releasing, scattering large number of arrows towards that elephant force. He also he fought with that elephant division, shooting sharp arrows, and then at the end of that, he kills large number of them, and they started running away with their tusk broken, bodies covered in blood, the heads and frontal globes split open, ears and faces, trunks, all of this cut off, themselves sometimes deprived of their riders, their standards being cut down, riders being killed, the blankets on top of those elephants loosened. Like this, they ran away. And many among them, again, injured by Satyaki with those sharp arrows, broad-headed arrows, calf-toothed arrows, arrows with angelikas, razor-faced arrows, crescent-shaped arrows, and things like that. They all started running away. Again, ejecting urine and excreta, they started uttering loud shrieks and cries and roar, those elephants, and the troops started running away from Satyaki. So Satyaki, like this, continues his battle, and we will look at Satyaki's progress next time when we gather, how he reaches or whether he manages to reach Arjuna in that battlefield. We'll look at next time. Thank you.